What is going on, my friends? So, of course, I'm outside with all the noise. This is not weight loss related. So, I wanted to come on and share something. So, last night I was sleeping and, hold on one sec. Let me put it on Do Not Disturb because I know. Alright, so last night I was sleeping. I woke up like in the, early in the morning, and it took me a while to go back to sleep. And when I got up at the time that I normally get up, I was still tired because I had lost that sleep. And as I was drifting off to sleep, I kind of had a dream before I really started dreaming, or a vision, whatever you want to call that. So I wanted to come share that. And I apologize, of course someone started sawing or something as soon as I hit live, but hopefully you can still hear me okay. So I wanted to share this with someone, and hopefully it's for you if you're listening to this, or for someone that will be listening. I know it's for me as well, so I wanted to come share. So basically in the dream, so there was this woman and she was in a house. And at least it looked like a house. All I could really see was one wall. And on the wall, there was an open door and an open window. And the woman was standing there. She was in all white, looked like a white jumpsuit or something. But there was an open door and an open window. And she walked through the door out of the house. And then a little bit later, she came back and into the house, but instead of using the door, she crawled through the window back into the house. So she had walked out of the house through the door, but she came back in through the window. And I was like, that's weird, like, why didn't she just come back in through the door? And so it was just kind of laid on my spirit that the Lord has opened the door for us to exit and for us to leave, whatever the situation is, whatever it is, but he's opened the door for us to exit, but we are coming back into that situation like we're sneaking back in through the window. So he's opened this door for us to leave the situation, but we're coming back in and sneaking back in through the window. And so that's what I was getting from that dream. And so I just wanted to come and ask you, like, what is it that the Lord may be giving you an opportunity to leave or giving you an opportunity to exit, but you, instead of exiting, or maybe you exit for a little while, or that that's the way for you to go out and you should be leaving, but you're trying to sneak back in and you're trying to stay in that house or that situation, whatever it is. So I don't know if that might be a relationship for you, and I'm not talking about leaving marriage, but maybe it's a relationship that the Lord is giving you a way out of and that you're supposed to be leaving. Sorry, there's a bug. Or it could be, some stronghold, something that's oppressing you. It could be something even like food addiction or something like that. Maybe it's something in your comfort zone that you're just settling for, but the Lord is trying to give you a way out, even with temptation, right? When we're tempted, he gives us a way out of temptation whenever that comes. So what is it that he's opening the door for you to leave and for you to walk out of, but you're sneaking back in and crawling through that window? And so a lot of times that situation is going to be something that isn't necessarily a great situation for us, right? And we have to trust that if God's opening that door, that there's something better for us out there. So we need to let go of whatever that thing is that he's trying to release us from and that he's trying to free us from, and stop trying to sneak back in and be attached to that situation, the relationship, the whatever that thing is for you, right? And so we have to trust that he knows better for us. He knows our future. We don't know what our future is, but he knows our future. And sometimes that thing that he has us leave is not even necessarily a bad thing. So a lot of times it will be a bad thing. And I'm going to read a scripture here in a little bit. But it could be a bad thing a lot of the times. But sometimes it may even be something good. And something that my coaches will say is that every good thing is not a God thing. Or it could be that that good thing was just for a season and now it's time to leave. And this just happened with me just recently. I just really felt led that the Lord was leading me out of a couple of ministries that I'm attached to. And there wasn't anything bad, nothing wrong happened in those situations. I just felt that he was leading me to start doing something else or to go elsewhere. And so I have to trust that he knows better, because he does, right? He does. So when it's time for us to walk through that door, don't try to sneak back in to the window and get back into that thing that he's releasing you from. Okay. I want to read a scripture, and this is Genesis 19, and this is for those situations that are those bad situations, but this could apply to anything. But Genesis 19, I'm going to read 15 through 20 and then jump down to 25, 26. And Genesis 19 is like, whew, this chapter. It's a rough chapter. It's a rough one. But let me read this. So I'm going to read this for you real quick. So Genesis 19, we're going to start at 15. When the morning dawned, the angels urged Lot to hurry, saying, "Arise, take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here, lest you be consumed in the punishment of the city." So basically what was happening, hey, good morning, Hannah Grace. So basically what was happening is that the Lord was bringing judgment down on this area, Sodom and Gomorrah, and he was going to wipe out the city. But Abraham kind of was speaking to God like, well, would you save the city if there were just a few righteous there? You know, and so he started at like 75, I think, and then went all the way down to 10. Well, what if there's 10 people? Would you save the city for 10 righteous people? And the Lord was like, yes, he would save it for the 10. And obviously he didn't even find 10, because he still ended up destroying the city. However, Abraham's nephew was there, Lot, and his family. So the Lord showed some grace on Lot and his family, and so they are urging him to get out of the city, get out of the plain, because the Lord is going to wipe out this whole area. So that's what's happening right here. So the angels that came there to usher Lot and his family out said, "Arise, take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here, lest you be consumed in the punishment of the city." And then in 16 it says, "And while he lingered," so back to that dream, going back into that window. So while he was lingering, so obviously he didn't want to rush and just leave, even though God was giving him this open door to leave. Like I said in the dream, he was lingering, so he was sneaking back in to that window, basically, right? If we want to apply it to that dream. So the men took hold of his hand, his wife's hand, and the hands of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful to him, and they brought him out and set him outside the city. So they had to almost drag him out, is what it sounds like to me, to leave that situation. So it came to pass when they had brought them outside that he said, and he is referring to one of the angels, "Escape for your life. Do not look behind you, nor stay anywhere in the plain. Escape to the mountains, lest you be destroyed." So God is giving him that open door, like I mentioned, to leave that situation. And he said, don't look behind you. Don't stay anywhere in the plain. And if you read down, then it says, "Then Lot said to them," talking to the 2 angels, "Please, no, my lords. Indeed, now your servant has found favor in your sight." So he's recognizing that God is giving him favor and not destroying him in that situation, and that God is giving him an out. So he recognizes he has that favor. And it says, "And you have increased your mercy, which you have shown me by saving my life. But I cannot escape to the mountains, lest some evil overtake me and I die. See, now this city is near enough to flee to, and it is a little one. Please let me escape there. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live." So he's like, because remember, the angels had said that all of the plains were going to be wiped out. So they told him to go to the mountains. So he's like, can I just stay in this little city in the plains? So if you go back to that dream that I mentioned, God is giving him this out, but he's trying to sneak back through that window and get back in. So he's like, just give me this little bit. Like, can I just stay in this little part? Even though they had already told him it was going to be wiped out, right? And so think about how this might apply to you in your life. And so I'm going to jump down to 25. And it says, so wait, not 25. Yes, 25. So he overthrew those cities, the Lord, all the plain, and all. They told him it was okay, we're going to let you go, just so you know. They let him go to that little piece. So he overthrew those cities, the Lord, all the plain, all the inhabitants of the city, and what grew on the ground. So he wiped out that area. But his wife, and it's talking about Lot, but Lot's wife looked back behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. So again, she's trying to sneak back into that window that I mentioned. And the reason that happened is because, remember, the angel said, do not look behind you, nor stay anywhere in the plain. So they stayed in the plain, and she looked behind him. But I just wanted to read that to give you some biblical reference to that vision that I had, and just encourage you. I want to encourage you that the Lord is giving you a way out of whatever that situation is for you. And if this is for you, and like I said, this might not be for everybody, but hopefully this is for somebody besides myself. But the Lord is giving you a way out. He's opening the door. He's giving you an opportunity to walk out of that situation. Don't be that woman in that dream that is climbing back in through the window. When the Lord is leading you somewhere, or he's telling you to go, you go, you walk, you keep moving forward, you don't look back, you leave the plane, whatever it is. Don't try to hold on to that little piece, don't linger, just be obedient, because even delayed obedience is disobedience, right? And I've struggled with that myself. Delaying obedience or not fully being obedient, that's all disobedience. So I just want to encourage you, just know that the Lord knows what's best for you. He knows your future, and he might be trying to position you and align you in a place that he wants you to go, that's for your purpose and for your future. So don't sneak back in that window. The door is open. He's giving you that way out. And also go, because doors can shut, right? Doors can shut. So go while the door's open, and don't sneak back in through that window. All right, so hopefully that encourages you today. I will see you guys next time. And my name's Malaika Burley, by the way, if you don't know me, if this happened to be shared to you. My name's Malaika Burley, and I just want to encourage you to rise up and shine on.